Hi, friends.
Hi, everyone.
I'm glad that you are tuning into this.
Yep, I'm Jason.
I'm Bethany. We're the pastors here at Catalyst, and we wanted to welcome you to our church. Glad that you're here.
If you have been part of us, then some of the things we're going to share with you today might be a little familiar. If you're new or wondering what we're about, that will be new information for you. So we have a few things we just want to share with you.
Yeah, we wanted to share a little bit about our vision for the church and what it looks like with the vision that God has given us and moving into that for this next season of life that we're in. Our vision is actually, our vision statement is one that we came up with a number of years ago with our vision team. And it's still the same today. I think it's the same for most churches, essentially. It is that together we are disciples of Jesus Christ, living out the gospel of God's transforming love in Humboldt County and beyond. And so this vision statement is
We love discipleship.
We love discipleship. And it's very much like in tune with a lot of other churches, because when it looks like what Jesus was for the Great Commission and the greatest commandment. So making disciples, loving God, and loving people.
Right.
So the way that we see this kind of come out in our lives and what we feel like God is moving us into for this next season is that we just feel like almost like a burden. It's not really a burden. It's like this beautiful weight to provide space for the spiritually wanderers. That's right. People who might not have a spiritual home, or maybe you've felt that way for a while, where you feel like you're hungry for meaning, you're hungry for spirituality, you're hungry for Jesus. We want to be able, almost like you're even wandering in a wilderness of sorts right now. And so we want to be the kind of place that can offer you that living water in the midst of the wilderness. And that's the beauty of the church, is that we're a place that can offer that. We also see that Catalyst is a place where we want no one to be canceled. We want our church to be contempt-free. And in the culture that we live in today, it feels like that can be a little bit challenging sometimes, right? We are a church where the myriad of differences that we have between each other and within each other, all those theological understandings that might be a little bit different from each other, those become secondary to the beautiful unity of Jesus Christ. Because what we have is that belonging is not based on being perfect or being right all the time.
Right.
And we also see Catalyst as a place of radical hospitality. And the way that we see that is where like the cross of Christ goes before us, it goes beside us, behind us, within us. And that sort of cross is the thing that determines how we have conversations with people. It goes within every disagreement we might have, because we are a worshiping community where the Holy Spirit guides and empowers us to live in that state of perpetual forgiveness and grace and love.
Right.
So that sense of disciple making and loving God and loving people, what does that look like in the times that we're in with COVID-19, having to kind of be separated from each other in that physical distance? What does it look like to live this out with an uncertain future? And I think you're going to speak about that.
Yeah. So what we'd like to do is share what the next 90 days are going to look like. So from now until Christmas. And the way we're going to do that is we have 3 different ways that we are asking people to engage in our community. So one is through to engage corporately. One is to engage in groups, and one is to engage in person. And these will change probably after the next 90 days, but this is what we're going to do for now. So engaging corporately, so that's going to be our online Zoom church gathering. We won't be in person probably for some extended period of time, at least for our Sunday worship, but we are going to have our regular 11:15 Zoom service. Feel free to join us. We'd love to have you, and you can find our Zoom links on several places on our website and our eBlast.
We also post our sermons online on the YouTube channel. So if you can't join us for Zoom, then you can access those on our YouTube channel, which you can just push in the browser, Catalyst Church Humboldt, and you'll find us there.
Yeah. So engaging corporately, we're going to engage in groups. This one, we're going to do online Zoom Bible study, which many of you have been part of before.
Yeah.
It's on Thursdays from 6 to 7. It's a time of fellowship. We dive deep into the text. Sometimes we do word studies. Sometimes we geek out on stuff. Sometimes we just sort of share where the Spirit's moving in our life.
Totally.
It has kind of a different texture each time. And you can find those links as well on our website. And then we have two other ways that we're going to engage in groups. And one of those is called Catalyst Outside. And this is going to be just after service on Sundays at 2 p.m. We're going to find different ways to experience God outside in a group. And some of you have been part of that before. And if you haven't, we encourage you to consider joining us.
Yeah.
We will take all the necessary precautions, masks, all those things are all part of it. And it really is just a really refreshing experience to be able to be with one another in person.
Yeah, especially in nature.
Yeah, and you can find all the details on our e-blast, which you can subscribe to on our website, and it's right at the bottom.
That's right.
And then Bethany's going to share about kind of a new thing that we're doing.
Yeah, so we know that a few of you have been wanting to gather in person, and so we'll be offering a small group rooted Bible study on the Holy Spirit. So we're going to look at the Holy Spirit, who the Holy Spirit is, how we're empowered and filled and moved by the Spirit. It'll be very experiential. It'll be in the sanctuary on Sundays from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Please sign up because we need to make sure that we're taking all the right precautions for that as well. And you can sign up for that also on the e-blast or on our website.
Yeah, and we do have a little link that says COVID regathering guidelines. So we encourage you to read that. There's about a dozen things on there, just considerations for when we gather.
That's right.
And they're all things that are just familiar that everyone's doing everywhere. So we have engaging corporately, engaging in groups, and engaging individually. And the last one is individual. We're doing something on Wednesdays called Catalyst Prayer Space, and this is in person. We're clearing out the pews. We're setting up hardback chairs. We're going to space things out, and we're going to create a meditative space for people. So there won't be any singing, but there will be a space for you just to sit and be. You can bring your own Bible. You can bring your own things to write on. We won't provide any of those things. We will have some candles out to light if you would like to, and it'll go from 5 to 6:30 on Wednesdays. You do not have to sign up, but we do ask that you consider the COVID guidelines before coming as well.
That's right. That's right.
So this is what the next 90 days looks like. I hope you're excited. We are. We feel like we have some good clarity, and we're really, really loving to be your pastors, and hope that moving forward, we find ways to engage with the Spirit. This is our moment in time, friends, to bear witness to Christ.
That's
and
right.
we know that involves a lot of pain and suffering in the middle of it, and it's not an easy road for us to navigate, but we are together, and we do believe in the power of community through Christ. So peace and grace to you.
Peace and grace.